Have you ever sat alone in the dark, crying, and no one even knew? You smile when you step outside, but inside, you're falling apart. You work, care for your family, keep going every day, yet no one stops to ask, are you okay? Maybe you've just lost someone you love, or the person you trusted most walked away. You spent a sleepless night filled with anxiety, and when the morning came, no one knew you had cried through the night. You open social media and see everyone smiling, succeeding, while you quietly pull the blanket over your head and wonder, am I invisible? You pray, but there's no answer. You want to believe that God loves you, but why is He silent when you're in pain? If that's what you're feeling right now, I want you to know something very important. You are not invisible. You are not forgotten, and you are not alone. Because even when you say nothing at all, God still sees the tears you cry in the dark. He knows, He sees, He listens. Even when no one else understands, He does. Even when the world turns its back, He never leaves. Asterisk fatigue doesn't just come from the body. It comes from being strong for too long. Some people have mastered the art of hiding their tears. Even when they're breaking, they smile, not because they're okay, but because they've grown used to not being heard. We live in a noisy world, yet we deeply lack true listening. Everyone's busy. Everyone's overwhelmed. And slowly, you learn to suppress, to endure. Many carry wounds from childhood, being compared to being dismissed, being emotionally abandoned. They grow up, get jobs, build families, but that silent loneliness never leaves. They pray, but it feels like talking to a wall. They once believed, loved, and hoped. Now, they just exist in a life that no longer feels meaningful. Maybe you've wondered too, if I disappeared, would anyone notice? If I stopped trying, would anyone care? You're not weak. You're just tired of being strong all the time. Asterisk, the problem isn't that you're too weak. It's that you've been trying alone for too long. But God never meant for you to carry this alone. From the beginning, He created you to be loved, understood, and walked with. You don't need perfect faith to come to Him. You just need an honest heart, a sigh, a tear, a quiet whisper. God, I'm tired. Here's that. Not when you're strongest, but when you're most fragile. Start small. Each morning, before checking your phone, whisper, Lord, please be with me today. When you feel heavy, open a simple verse like Psalm 34 minutes and 18 seconds. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted. When you feel invisible to the world, remember, God has engraved your name on the palm of His hand. Isaiah 49:16. Asterisk. There was a woman named Anna. She used to be a teacher, full of life and passion. But after a tragic accident, she lost the ability to walk. Her job disappeared. Her partner left. Friends grew distant. Her world faded. Each day, she sat by the window, watching sunlight fall on the street, wondering, God, do you even see me? One night, unable to hold it in, she wept and whispered, God, if you're really listening, please, just give me a sign. The next morning, a little girl knocked on her door. They were strangers, but the girl smiled and handed Anna a small note. Scrawled on it were the words, you are my light. Don't go out, please. Anna broke down. In that moment, she knew God hadn't forgotten her. He answered in the most unexpected way. Anna began to write again. Her words spread online, touching thousands. She no longer stood in classrooms, but she still taught. She still shined. Asterisk, you may feel like a face lost in a sea of people, but to God, you are always seen, always loved, always known. He hasn't missed a single tear you've cried. Not one sigh has gone unheard, because God doesn't count your victories. He counts every step you take through your pain. If you're tired, pause, take a deep breath, and whisper, God, I know you're here with me, because the truth is, you are not invisible. God sees you, always. If this message touched your heart, please share it with someone who needs hope. And if you want to walk this journey of faith with us, hit subscribe and let's keep going together. Asterisk, you may feel small, but you are always part of God's bigger purpose.